Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and welcome to another flight in the Fly the Mad Dog MD-80 20th anniversary edition. Today we're going to take her in the good old Finnair livery from Helsinki to Copenhagen, which is going to be a quick 1 hour and 30-minute flight across the Baltic Seas. I'd say without any further ado, we are just going to get straight into it and start by having a look into the flight plan. Now we are going to depart Copenhagen and then it's more or less a straight line all the way down there. The weather is also excellent today, Helsinki reporting no significant clouds, minus 13 degrees and temporary 7,000 meters visibility, while our destination in Copenhagen has absolutely beautiful weather, no clouds, minus 4 degrees, and the forecast is also very nice. Now, our outlet in Malmö has good weather conditions with a chance for some snow showers during the night, but since this is a nice afternoon flight, that is nothing we need to worry about. We're departing Helsinki at 13:35, and with that we are unfortunately going to arrive a little bit too late today, but not all that much that we can actually do about it, so we just have to accept that. That's short-haul life. Cruising in flight level 340 and looking down into the fuel section, we need 7.6 tons of fuel plus taxi, so if we just round that up to 8,000 kilos of fuel, then we should be absolutely good to go. Alright, so 8,000 kilos is decided. With that, we've done all our preliminary preparations here, so let's board our MD-80 and make our way up to the flight deck. And here we are, lovely little Finnair livery over here, including a couple custom decals like the checklists, available on flightdom.to. I really do appreciate that one. Now, let's go straight into our cockpit safety inspection. The battery is going to go on and will be locked. Then, unfortunately, we don't seem to have any GPU available at the moment. So let's just do the rest of the checks here. The wiper selector is off, landing gear lever is down, the auxiliary and trans-hydraulic pumps are off, the flap and slat lever is in the up retracted position, the speed brake lever is also retracted, circuit breakers, let's have a quick look from close by, are all in, and then we can start that APU. So let's go ahead and turn the start pump on, and then we can go ahead and punch on that APU master switch, and here we go, APU starter as well. Alright, in the meantime, we can head over into the electronic flight bag, and we can also import our flight down here. So, welcome to the Fly the Mad Dog. Electronic flight folder, load OFP, nope, that is not right. Import from SimBrief, please. And here we go, Finnair 1 Papa Mike, Helsinki to Copenhagen is loaded. Okay, now let's go into the weight and balance app, and for the fuel we said we wanted 8,000 kilos, so that's going to be 4,000, no, not 40,000, not flying wide bodies here, so 4,000 per wing. Load that, and 150 passengers, 1,950 kilos for the bags. That's all looking good already, and with that we'll see whether it's loaded in a few moments. The APU is available now. Okay, so the airplane is refueled, lovely. And then we can continue over here with the air conditioning system. It is freaking cold outside, so let's go ahead and get that thing going straight away. And APU air on. Okay, nice. Then we can quickly test that PA system. And emergency lights are going on. Thank you very much for that. And with that we already know that the PA system is good. Is good already as well. Then let's go to the services and call for GSX to request the whole boarding. And no, those stairs are not supposed to be out. Let's give them some hydraulics here to be able to retract those. Alright, both off. Boarding is requested and in progress. Nice. Alright, then our lighting is test. Lights are tested and looking good. Okay, cabin pressure control lever is up, rudder and aileron trim set to 0. And then we can start with the whole cockpit preparation procedure. So up here everything's set. Over here we can turn the galley power on for the turnaround. Then let's also turn on the fuel pumps already. Then we don't need that start pump any longer. Seatbelts are coming on. Emergency exit lights armed. Windshield anti-ice is going on. Then up here we are doing the flight 955 and the date today is the 18th of February. Flight number 955, and this is actually the first leg of the day, so let's insert that. Then GPWS test. So while we're doing that, let's go ahead and do the autoland test. Offside ILS frequency, flight directors, here's the problem. Okay. Interesting, that is doing nothing. Why is that? We do have an ILS frequency tuned. Oh, but not the same on both sides. Alright, here we go. Autoland pre-flight test is in progress. Oh, it's definitely down to me. Okay, so that one's complete. Any skip test, looking good. Stall test, overspeed, it's looking good. And then we just go over to the right hand side here, ICE FOD, looking good. Alright, the packs are set down here, everything is looking good, and that's it. Then we can continue down here on the main panel. So source selector is set to norm. Down here everything is looking good. Let's align that standby horizon. Here we go. All of that stuff works. So the ART can already be turned off. Flex is pre-selected. Weather radar set to weather and turbulence. And then squawks 2000 and call sign is going to be Fox India November 1 Papa Mike. Enter. Alright, call sign is in. Emergency frequency 121.5. Well, we don't really need Honeycomb. I'm just going to deselect COM1 for the time being. And that's it. Auto brake into takeoff. Beautiful. Everything set. So let's see how the air conditioning is doing. And we're already at 14 degrees, but it is warming up. Perfect. Okay. Then we have done all that lovely stuff. Let's deselect that ILS frequency here. And then I'd say we can go ahead and start to work on that. Then we can go ahead and start to work on that FMS. So MD-82. JT8D engine, last day of the nav database, but still active. Copy and paste the GPS position, and then let's go over into the ACARS, AOC, pre-flight, initialized data, and request that, please. That may take a small moment. Here it is already. Perfect. Okay, now we can request that flight plan, then head over into the weight and balance. Block fuel 8000, taxi fuel 272. And trip fuel, let's see. That's 4526. Okay, takeoff weight will not be restricting, so let's just send that thing off. That's looking fantastic, and then we can also have a look into the requests. ATIS, Echo Fox, Hotel Kilo, departure ATIS, that looks good, send that please. And then let's have a look at some of the stuff that we just got. So here's the flight plan, and that is the correct one indeed. The ATIS, nil, okay, that's fine. Well, then let's go ahead and open that flight plan on this side, and then we can start to work on this side. And a crew message just arrived. Preliminary weights. Okay, beautiful. Excellent. Well then, let's go ahead and get started. So, route we are going Echo Fox Hotel Kilo, Echo Kilo Charlie Hotel. Company route, insert. So, for our departure, we're looking at runway 4 right, and it's Velox departure as far as I can see. Yep, it is. And there are loads of them. Let's see which one we've got. Velox 5 Charlie. So this one. Okay, that is looking good. And for our arrival in Copenhagen, we're looking at an ILS approach runway 22 left. And the last waypoint is via TIF2 for the TIF2 for Charlie arrival. 3 Charlie arrival. Okay, and that's looking good as well. So let's just cross-check. Velox, Yankee 177, Yankee 117 Rosax, direct Kotam, Lima 990 Ekral, Papa 605 Titvu, that's looking good. Activate, and on we go. Well, execute actually. Alright, now, reserve fuel is 2.8. Estimated zero fuel weight 51.4. Fuel schedule 8 and normal. Cruising in flight level 340. Cruise winds. Where are they? 282 at 12. ISI deviation, do we have that somewhere? Or the top of climb outside temperature. Here we go, minus 60. Okay, transition altitude 5000. Takeoff data to be confirmed. 250 below 100 is correct. Then we just need to confirm that SID. What is it doing here? Yeah, open in browser, approve, yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and pin those charts. We are starting with the airport chart, the parking stand charts, and then we're looking for our departure. And we can't find the departure. Velox 5 Charlie. Where is that? Okay, here it is. So let's have a look. Waypoint 416, waypoint 912, maximum 250. And we got 416, 912, maximum 250. Then we continue via 913 to Velox, climbing 4000. And we have 913, Velox. And now we'll also get 4000. Here we go. Alright, lovely. So with that, we've set everything up. Then, let's go ahead and get ourselves some data. So, departure radius is on 135925. Like this. Let's see what we are gonna get. Interesting. Is that audio control panel not working?
5 downgraded. 5 downgraded. 4 downgraded. Contaminants all parts 25% wet. Takeoff significant contaminants in due to small coverage. Reduced width 50 meters. Snow banks left 25 meters right 25 meters from center line. Wind 050 degrees. 5 knots. Visibility 8 kilometers. Cloud. No significant cloud. Temperature -13. Dew point -14. QNH 1012. Trend. No significant changes. Advise on initial contact. You have information India. This is Helsinki Vantaa departure information India. At time 2120. Departure runway 04 right. Runway condition report at 1814 UTC. Runway condition codes 5 downgraded. 5 downgraded. 4 downgraded. Contaminants all parts 25% wet. Takeoff significant contaminants in due to small coverage. Reduced width 50 meters. Snow banks left 25 meters right 25 meters from center line. Wind 050 degrees. 5 knots. Visibility 8 kilometers. Cloud. No significant cloud. Temperature -13. Dew point -14. QNH 1012. Trend. No significant changes. Advise on initial contact. You have information India.
Alright, information India is on board and all the good stuff is copied. Then we have just gotten a load sheet as well, and that is the final revision here. Zero fuel 51.2. And that is slightly lighter than planned. That's fine, giving us 59.2. And then we are looking at a CG with 148 passengers. That's 2 missing. Okay, and that gives us a zero fuel weight CG of 8.8 and a takeoff CG of 12.8. So 12.8 is set. That is looking good. And finally, takeoff weight 59 tons. Accept. And down here, 51.
Approaching Zulu Lima, and we are ready for departure. Scandinavian 716.
Scandinavian 716, wind 050 degrees, 5 knots, 04 right, cleared for takeoff after departure, Unicom 122.
51.2 is selected, and then 59 tons of takeoff weight.
1228, Scandinavian 716, bye-bye, yeah.
Like that, calculate. Okay, and that gives us flaps 4.5, flex 50. So, flags 50, flaps 4.5, like that. And with that, we're getting takeoff speeds of 31, 45, 54. Okay, and that seems to pretty much agree with the takeoff data chart. Then let's set those speed bugs, like that. And with that, we are pretty much ready. Well, we should probably calculate with empty eyes on. Let's just redo that. 32, 46, 55. Just a knot more per side, but better have it than need it. Okay, elevation is also selected. Then we can press those toga buttons down here. Here we go. And that's it. So 155. Like that. And finally a runway heading is 035 degrees. Like that. And we can set that over here. And over here. Alright, position and strobe light is coming on, and that's about everything. Then let's go ahead and call for IFR clearance. Copenhagen Tower, good evening. Finnair 1 Papa Mike, information India, request IFR clearance to Copenhagen. Did I call in Copenhagen Tower? In that case, I gotta apologize. We're in Helsinki, of course.
Finnair 1 Papa Mike, Helsinki Tower, good evening. You are clear to Copenhagen, runway 04 right. Palox 5 Charlie departure route, climb 4,000 feet, QNH 1012,
Finnair 1 Papa Mike is clear to Copenhagen via the Valox 5 Charlie departure, runway 04 right, climb altitude 4000 on QNH 1012, squawk 0244.
1 Papa Mike, clearance correct. Finnair 466, taxi via...
Okay, so runway 04 right, Velox 5 Charlie, 4000 and 0244. Is checked. Alright, lovely. Then let's do the cockpit crew checklist, please. DFDR set, HRS alignment checked, FMS set, emergency lights test down, no smoking on, windshield anti-ice on, engine sync off, stall warning tested, air conditioning supply on. Stall warning tested, air conditioning supply tested, position and strobe light both, fire protection tested, TRI tested, fuel quantity 7,950 kilograms. Altimeter, QNH 1012 reading 180, set left, right and center. Fuel shut off, closed, cabin pressure, auto, cockpit crew checklist complete. Alright, let's go for the departure briefing, please. And for that, let's just have another quick look at the chart, because we have an MSA of 2.3, and we do need to apply a cold temperature correction over here. It's minus 13 degrees for 2,000 feet above the ground, so we're looking at about 240 or 230 feet extra. So the new MSA is 2,600 rounded up. Okay, we are going to depart Copenhagen on the runway 04 right, Velox 5 Charlie departure, initial time 4000, that's above the temperature corrected MSA, and we've got nothing special on non-standard. Extra fuel and time is around 400 kilograms, giving us 10 minutes. No hotspots for our taxi routing, stop margin for the RTO is, I think, not calculated. No, it isn't. Oh, look at that, flap 3.5 now. We better make that setting. Here we go, flap 3.5, set once and set twice, okay. Now for our engine outset, straight air 25, climbing 3000, and that's going to keep us safe up there, and if we need to make an immediate return, we are close to the maximum landing weight. I don't think we're above it, but let's just check. Yeah, we are right at the maximum landing weight, so no problem at all. Runways are more than long enough here in anyway, and the weather is good. I've got nothing special, I've got nothing non-standard, and threats. Well, they said the surface condition isn't all that good, so that's the one threat that I got. We'll taxi carefully, make sure that we don't overdo anything here. Any questions? Nope. Alright, then we are good to go with that, so let's quickly tell GSX to prepare the position for pushback and departure. That's under services. De-icing is not needed, the airplane is clean, engines before pushback is not needed, and then we'll see about the pushback direction.
And Finnair 466 also ready for immediate departure, no delay.
Finnair 466, roger.
Okay, the door is closed, and then we can go. Finnair 1 Papa Mike, request pushback and startup.
Finnair 1 Papa Mike, push and start approach, facing northeast, QNH 1012.
Push and start approved, facing northeast on the QNH 1012, Finnair 1 Papa Mike. Okay, facing northeast, that's it. So, before start procedure.
Finnair 466, airborne advisory 122.8, wind 050 keys 5 knots, runway 04 right, clear takeoff. Bye bye.
Yeah, I do think they need that one already.
Runway 04 right, clear for takeoff.
And before start checklist. Parking brake pressure set and checked. Pneumatic pressure 42 psi. Engine ignition set to A. It's an even day today. Seatbelts on, anti-collision light on, APU norming, switch norm, air conditioning supply off, galley power, see? Galley power is now off, pneumatic transfeeds are open and thrust lever idle, before start checklist complete. Ground from flight deck. Pushback and startup are approved, face northeast, and the parking brake is now released. Roger that, start and pushback, and stand by for engine start. Roger. So we can already arm that auto brake, then that light goes out as well. Alright. So we just lost a couple modes here. Oh no. Okay, let's see. These things align rather quickly in the MD-80, so we can hopefully do that after the push as well. That's what you get from a simple power drop. And that's the reason why galley power off is part of the checklist. I just wonder which of the systems that I turned on has overloaded the APU generator. Because I can't really tell, to be honest. Oh, and alignment is already complete. Alright, ain't gonna complain. So, starting engine 2. N2. Last caution, what's on there? Nothing new, I think. Oil pressure, N1. And here's 20%. Okay, start a cutout, monitor 2, starting 1.
Ground is open on 121.8.
Alright, 118. And he did that as a broadcast, so we don't have to read it back. So, engine 1 start. N2, oil pressure, N1. Starter. Cutout. Monitor 1. And number 1 looks stable. And the pushback is completed. Please set park and brake. Park and brake set. Okay, that lovely stuff is done. So, flaps 3.5, is that selected here now? Yes, it is. Okay. So, flight control track. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. And neutral. Okay, so there's a tuck, there's a tow bar, there's a ramp agent, and there's a pin. Good, after start checklist. Electrical system checked, galley power on, engine ignition off, pitot and static heaters capped, anti-ice, we did calculate that one on. Engine anti-ice on, air conditioning supply auto, door lights out, and hydraulic system on and high. After start checklist, complete. So, we do have a left and right ice FOD alert. I don't think that that's going to be too much of a problem. Can we reset that thing? Yeah. Good. And it's gone. Finnair 1 Papa Mike. Good afternoon. Request taxi. Totally forgot that it was a new controller.
Hello, are you... Correction, advisable to depart from intersection Zulu Lima.
Please confirm the takeoff run available from the intersection.
Yep, are you able from Zulu Lima?
Yeah, please confirm how much takeoff run available is available from that intersection.
Stand by, I gotta check.
Yep. I kinda expected that. Problem is we gotta look it up as well. We can always just recalculate as soon as we know. So here it is, and
takeoff distance from Zulu Lima is 2570 meters.
2570 meters is copied. We're able Zulu Lima. Finnair 1 Papa Mike.
Okay, Finnair 1 Papa Mike, that's fabulous. Then taxi via Victor Golf and Zulu to holding point Zulu Lima, runway 04 right.
Taxi via Victor Golf and Zulu, holding point Zulu Lima, runway 04 right. Finnair 1 Papa Mike. Okay, so we taxi out first, then we do the stuff second. Let's see, Victor Golf is the next one, and then Zulu, Zulu Lima. Okay. Clear on the left side, clear on the right side, taxi light on, and park and brake off. So for some reason the speed brakes just keep disarming. Config. Flaps. That's interesting. Why is that? Oh, because we selected 11. Here we go. That's easier.
Helsinki ground Morjensta, Finnair 41 heavy stand whiskey for 4, request pushback and startup.
Finnair 41 heavy, push and startup route, face southwest.
Clear to push and start facing southwest.
Why is my plane not turning? Something tells me it wants a tiller axis, and we do not have a tiller axis. Okay, very quick look into the settings. I'll be right back.
Say again, you have some stuff in the background. I read you too. You have like really loud music or something in the background.
Ground carry 757, apologies for that, I didn't hear my music playing. We are 10-35 India on board, we have received clearance via CPDLC and we're ready for push and start.
Okay, here we go. And now we do have a tiller axis.
Okay, Scandinavia 757, push and start the route, face southwest.
And now it's much easier, is it?
Face southwest, carry 757 heavy.
Just had a minor axis assignment issue there with my plane. Okay, so let's see. 3,500 meters total. And the ATC tells us 2,570 meters are available from that intersection. That means if we just take a reduction by 1,000 meters, we should be good. So performance, length reduction from runway start, 1,000. Calculate. Probably going to get completely new takeoff data once again. Okay, so flex 38, flaps 10. That is quite the loss in flex temperature. But I'm just going to do it. Okay, so flaps 10. And then we also got new speeds, 25, 38, 45. Like that. Just tell me we are not going past Zulu Lima right here. End of apron. Nope, Zulu Lima is going to be next to the right. Okay. Good. Then we've got the new speed.
Finnair 1 Papa Mike, thank you for flying and that's the contact tower 118.6, bye bye.
118.6, Finnair 1 Papa Mike, thank you very much. Good evening.
Good evening.
Tower, good evening. Finnair 1 Papa Mike, taxiing to Zulu Lima.
Finnair Papa Mike, Helsinki Tower, good evening. Line up and wait, runway 04 right.
Line up and wait, runway 04 right, Finnair 1 Papa Mike. Okay, weather radar on, that stuff is on anyway, and transponder is coming on. And then we can go ahead with the taxi checklist, please. So TRI ART is off, VBUX set, flight guidance system set, flight controls tested, flaps and slats. We now have 10 extended, Takeoff briefing and data. Left sea takeoff, runway 4 right, Zulu Lima intersection, speeds 25, 38, 45.
122, decimal 8, wind
Clear left.
070 kiss 8 knots, runway 04 right, clear for takeoff. Good night.
Runway 04 right, clear for takeoff, Finnair 1 Papa Mike. Good night. Okay, and, well, do you need anything else for the briefing? No? Lovely, then that's the taxi checklist complete, so let's go into the before takeoff checklist. Trims, 0, 0, and set. Fuel heat off, APU air off, pneumatic transfer feeds closed, brake temperature is checked, and engine ignition, both UAP checked. I think we can ignore that ISFOD alert for now. Conditions are rather clear, and that's the before takeoff checklist complete. Alright, ready to go? Timer, and takeoff. Here you go. Okay, stabilized. Set takeoff thrust. Checked. Shut. Gear up. Okay, 400. Nav. It's unbelievable. Look at my control column and look at the way the airplane is responding, or not responding. That's definitely not realistic. Okay, VNAV. So, flap 0. Speed checked. Flap 0. And slat 0. Speed checked, slat 0. Autopilot on. And then it is an automatic Honeycomb hand over here, so 122.8. And then we can continue our climb, initially let's say to level 100. Okay, climb thrust set, ART on, and the flaps and slats are up. Spoilers retracted, and then we can put those aux and trans pumps off, and the engine pumps too low. Alright, after takeoff checklist. Brake temperature is checked, landing gear up, no lights, flaps and slats, 0 retracted, engine ignition off, fuel tank pumps on, altimeters for now 1012. After takeoff checklist complete. Okay, that was nice and easy. So, answer me one question. I installed the latest update of the MD-80 and suddenly all the lovely sounds that the update brought are gone again. Okay, don't need that custom timer anymore. Here we go, and set standard. Standard cross check, passing flight level 58 now. Because my problem with the sound set here, this seems to be what Leonardo wants. They just want to make it that quiet. But the problem is the real airplane is not that quiet. Of course, engines are at the back, blah blah blah, I know that. But the majority of the sounds you hear in a flight deck are not the engines. It is the wind going over the windscreen at, you know, currently 450 kilometers an hour. It is the avionic cooling fans. It's that kind of stuff that you hear in a flight deck. Not the engines. The engines, you hear them a bit. Even on an MD-80. There are plenty of YouTube videos proving that. But all the surroundings are just completely missing in this add-on. And that is what's a bit of a pity. And they did just improve that. I actually like the new sound set with the new MD-80. And now they just reversed it and gave us the old one again. That is a pity indeed. Okay, so let's go ahead and climb to cruising level here, level 340. So VNAV climb. And then we can ask the important question. When are we going to be there? Will we be on time? 15:14. And the schedule is 15:15. So we'll be a little bit delayed by the time we get on block, but then again we also have the entire arrival in there, so I'm kind of hoping that this is going to go a little faster and we might be on time even. There's a lot of hope included in there. But I suppose that's all we can get for the time being. We're passing over 100. The fuel is balanced. 4 pumps on, lights off. Air conditioning and pressurization 4.0, climbing, and that's all set. And fasten belts. Yeah, I think we can turn them off. Okay, are off. And that's everything completed. Alright then, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us, and then I'll see you all on the approach to Copenhagen. And with that, we are on approach to Copenhagen.
Finnair 1 top mic, descent 5,000 feet, Casper QNH 1012.
Descending 5,000 feet, QNH 1012, Finnair 1 Papa Mike. Alright, set QNH. And there's 1012 crosscheck, passing 14,000 now. So we are a tiny bit above the profile, but we're on a straight-in approach via XTAR. Now, you might have seen the airplane do some weird stuff up there in cruise when it entered the direct XTAR for the first time. I'm not 100% sure as to what happened there. Maybe you guys caught up with it on the video. Not 100% sure, but in any case, we're in my XTAR now and had very helpful ATC sorting that out as well. So, let me get you filled in for the approach that we are about to fly. First of all, the weather in Copenhagen is very nice one. Now let's also get that sunshade up there. The weather in Copenhagen very nice at the moment with the winds coming almost down the runway. Well, temperatures are negative, so -3 at the moment. That means we need 20 feet of cold temperature correction here, which are now added. And apart from that, 230 at 6, broken 5,100, QNH 1012. So that's about as easy as it gets. Turbulence.
Good evening with 277.
The Asus does have warning of turbulence below 300 feet, which is going to be the threat that we will be talking about in the briefing in a few moments. But I'd say for now we just start with the approach briefing, and then we are going to talk about all the threats that we will face during the arrival. So, we are flying direct in ILS approach runway 22 left in Copenhagen. The minimum is 230 feet. What the? Don't? Why did it extend that landing gear? Hydraulic pressure low, rudder control manual. Okay, that's checked. Yeah, we can fix that hydraulic pressure. Like this. Rudder control manual. I gotta admit I'm not 100% sure on how to fix that. But it's fixed itself. Okay, problem solved. Alright, yep, so extra fuel and time is about 0 and that's it. Now, why are we still hearing... Oh no. God damn it, I hate click spot issues. Okay, gear down. And it's down 3 green. Then...
approach, hello.
Where's the gear speed limit? Limit speeds, gear down 300. Is there no gear operation speed there? Okay, let's try to retract that again.
Easy 1264, traffic now clear, push and start approved. Whiskey 2, QNH
Okay.
1012.
I hate it when a random click spot somewhere on the panel messes up your entire sequence. Okay, we're going through 100. Fuel balance, 4 pumps, lights on. Most important, air condition pressurization is 3.2 descending set, and the rest is set. Okay, easy. Now, engine anti-ice on. Okay, then let's talk about the second half of the approach. This will be a flight director guided ILS approach, runway 22 left. Flaps, what's that setting again? 28 for the landing, and vacate the runway to the right hand side. Threats for taxiing, crossing runway 30, and mostly the turbulence below level 300. If they do put that stuff on the 80s, then it's probably going to be rather significant. So we are mentally prepared for that stuff to happen. Okay, and that's pretty much what I got there. Do you have anything else? Any threats? No? Alright, perfect. Then that's our briefing completed. So I think we're now diving into the clouds. No longer need the sunshade. Yep, back here is your place. Okay, lovely. So we'll keep her fast. We seem to be the only one on approach right now. They only have a little bit more traffic on the ground right now. One thing that I always forget, flaps 15. Actually no, that's MD-11 logic. See, that's what happens when you're flying too many aircraft. This one goes in the stow, because we have the 15-6.
3,000 feet. Cleared ILS runway 04 left via extra.
Finnair 1 Papa Mike descending 3,000 feet and just confirm that's cleared for the ILS 22 left via ECTA.
Yeah, correction. Via extra cleared ILS runway 22 left. Finnair 1 Papa Mike.
Thanks. Via ECTA cleared ILS 22 left. It's late. Finnair 1 Papa Mike.
Way too late.
Definitely. Okay, lovely. So we've done that stuff. The descent checklist should already be completed, but let's just read over it again. So descent checklist, approach, and landing briefing performed, flight guidance system set, TRI, go around, landing data confirmed, VBOX set, altimeters, QNH 1012, hydraulic system, oxygen's high, pressurization, check, descent checklist complete. Okay, so VNAV is bringing us in a little low here. Vertical speed.
Initially climb flight level 70, squawk 0274.
That's checked. I like 18 miles out, so no need to fly all too slow yet. 230. I don't know, VNAV was doing a little strange things on the arrival over here, so happens. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do a quick frisk check. Frequencies 109.5, set 2 times. No rings applicable here. The minimum is 208 feet and courses 217, standby instruments set. Approach checklist. Cabin signs, on and on, fuel system, set, altimeter send box, cross-checked, approach checklist complete.
Thanks.
Okay, we are cleared for the approach, and ILS armed. Well then, let's go ahead and, with everything done, do a little bit of manual flying over here. So, localizer capture, altitude hold. Look at that, the plane is just not responding at all. Unless you do really strong input. I do not like that. Let's see if ATC is getting nervous because we have slightly overshot the center line here. It's just those controls are... I really don't know. I'll probably never get happy with them. Okay, glide slope alive, slats extend.
Wizz Air 2778, Copenhagen approach identified. Climb flight level 190.
10 miles out, reducing 180.
Wizz Air 2778.
Flight director was a little bit over controlling on the way in there. Technically speaking, we're not supposed to descend until we are within 1 dot from the localizer, which we are now. Perfect. Okay, glide slope capture and flaps 15.
Good under 69 Foxtrot, IFRK to Helsinki. We are
that Korean air sounds accurate.
Departure on way 22, right? In the time 7,000 feet, squawk 0274, Greenwich 1012, information uniform.
Terrain noted.
Korean Air 69.
Okay, gear down, flaps 28, and...
You are clear to Helsinki, Kimax 2 for stop departure.
Here we go.
22 left. Rest of clearance unchanged.
Kima 2, Foxtrot, departure on way 22 left.
Korean Air 69 Foxtrot, heavy, read back correct.
Okay, that is looking quite okay now. Ground speed 160, so we should do about 900 feet a minute.
230 knots, correction, 230 degrees 16.
Flaps 28, we got.
230, 6 knots, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Runway 22 left, clear to land, Finnair 1 Papa Mike.
Wizz Air 2778, proceed direct CMAX.
Alright then, cleared to land. Spoilers armed and final checklist. Landing gear down 3 green, flaps slats, 28 extended, speed brakes armed, UAP set, and we don't need that anti-ice any longer.
November 125, Delta Hotel
So
Yoke.
UAP checked and final checklist complete.
Initially climb flight level 70, squawk 5263, information uniform is current.
Alright, runway heading 217 set.
Can we take into initial climb, please?
Initial climb flight level 70.
Checked.
Thank you.
Just a thank you. That's how you can do this. It's just not how you're supposed to do it. Alright, I'm keeping a little extra speed over here because of the reported turbulence. But so far, the only control problems we have are from the ineffective controls. I mean, look at this. The plane is not reacting like at all.
November 1 to
That's not how it is supposed to be.
Clearance to Helsinki via departure Kima for Charlie. Initial climb 7,000, squawk 5260.
Alright, approaching minimum.
November 125, Delta Hotel, almost correct. Kimax 5 Charlie.
Minimum, continue.
Kima 5 Charlie.
November 125, Delta Hotel, I think back correct.
Okay. Spoilers, reverse. 100 knots.
No, you are facing correctly. Taxi
80
via
knots,
Whiskey,
manual brakes.
Victor, Yankee, and Foxtrot. Hold short 930 for EC1264.
Okay, thank you. Whiskey, Romeo, Victor, Yankee, Foxtrot, and Hold 30, EC1264.
We say 2778, nothing
Alright.
And
with that, welcome to Copenhagen.
122.8, thank you for the great service and have a good evening with 2778.
Yeah.
So, time 10, we're supposed to be there in 5 minutes.
Welcome to Kastrup, Taxi Bravo, Charlie, hold short, 130.
Taxi Bravo and Charlie, hold short runway 30, Finnair 1 Papa Mike. Okay.
Grand 69 Foxtrot, request taxi.
Canadian 69 Foxtrot, stand by for traffic.
The auto brake just stop us. No comment. So, flaps going back in a 15. Lights are set, standing by for the APU. So, Bravo Charlie is basically off to the right and then hold short of the crossing runway. Okay, let's get that chart. We hear now Bravo, then Charlie is to the left. And that is Delta, thereafter comes Charlie. So that... Why is it switching my charts around? That's into here.
Korean 6 and 9 of Foxtrot, Taxi Yankee, Victor, holding point Victor 122.
So I suppose that's the Korean. There's an easy over here as well. No idea where he is going yet, but I guess we are gonna find out. And then hold short of the runway, which is approaching there.
Korean 69 of Foxtrot.
Just give us the clearance. He seems still busy.
EC1264 cross.
Where is that puppy coming from? You are not supposed to be there, my friend.
Finnair 1 Papa Mike, give way to the EasyJet crossing right to left from Foxtrot to Alpha. Taxi via 130. Vacate Kilo 3, Lima and Juliet for stand Alpha 22.
Finnair 1 Papa Mike, taxi behind the EasyJet onto runway 30, vacate Kilo 3, Lima Juliet, Alpha 22. Okay, so we are behind the EasyJet onto runway 30, left, Kilo 3, Lima Juliet, Alpha 22. And the easy is clear. Then we are clear on the right side and clear on the left side. So, onto the runway.
On runway 30.
That's checked.
1,000 meters remaining.
Yep, and we are not going to use them all.
Grand 69 Foxtrot taxi via Yankee, Victor 1 to hold runway.
Okay, so... Oh yeah. That's fine, then we gotta do it in here.
EC1264, winds 230, 6 knots.
Services, Alpha 22. No follow me needed, handling by, I don't know, Menzies, whatever. So, straight ahead, left turn, Alpha 22. Start APU. Why did the plane just slam into the brakes? Hello? Now we're moving again. Sometimes it's strange. Haven't flown the plane in a little while and then it totally starts acting up. I suppose I don't have to understand that. Like the last couple of flights went really well with it, and then all of a sudden today, you know, it's turning off route when we're entering a direct, then it's just doing this, where I don't know why the emergency power came on. But yeah, sometimes there are weird things going on. So Alpha 22 is off to the right hand side, and that's confirmed. Gate area is clear. Weather radar is most definitely off.
Lufthansa 123, gate A34, requesting IFR clearance to A Forward Wilmer Airport, information uniform on board.
So DC-82, well, it's not entirely the correct aircraft code, but we'll accept it.
Delta Hotel at stand by please.
Lufthansa 123, I'm gonna need you to have to refile the flight plan. I can see you have filed an incorrect set, incorrect cruise level, and incorrect flight route.
That sounds like a good time to leave the frequency, doesn't it? Okay, we're at the gate. Retract those flaps, please.
1264, Copenhagen approach identified.
Alright. We'll be leaving that frequency for now. And then the flaps are coming up, and the APU is available. Alright, shutdown. 1, 2. Cabin crew, all Dawson Park. Okay. So the engines are running down and we are past 20%. So lights off, fuel pumps, we are gonna keep 1 to keep that APU supplied. Seatbelts off and galley power off, as we learned earlier that can lead to the APU generator tripping. Alright, parking checklist. Fuel tank pumps, 1 on, aux and trans hydraulics. That way. Are off and off, and the parking brake and pressure set and checked, and that's the parking checklist complete. Okay, my friends, that's it. A little bit of a troublesome flight, not as smooth as I would have hoped, but nonetheless a thoroughly enjoyable one. Leave your feedback in the comments underneath the video. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. And then I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one, where I am going to ensure that we are going to face a little bit better sound set from that MD-80. But for now, thank you very much, and then I'm really looking forward to see you all again on the next one.